Leicester City, Liverpool. Big game this weekend here. Big game. Both former Premier League champions coming up against each other. They recently met in the EFL Carabao Cup and they really treated us to an entertaining game. Loved it. Loved it. Leicester going ahead. Liverpool coming back. Leicester ahead again. And Liverpool just, coming back from being 3-1 down. Amazing stuff by Minamino and Jota and the boy Corivine Kelleher, who was the goalkeeper on the night for the penalty shootout. So in the last game, Leicester got defeated 6-3 by the hands of Manchester City, while Liverpool, fortunately for the Liverpool fans, a 2-2 draw against a resurgent Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, I'm calling them hot again, right? I know. So what happened the last time these two teams met? As I mentioned, they did meet in the Carabao Cup last week. But in terms of the Premier League, Leicester did defeat Liverpool the last time they met them 3-1 at the King Power back in February of this year. The first match of the season last year, Liverpool with a 3-0 win. And before that, Leicester only managed a win in the last 10 back in the Carabao Cup in 2017. So, look, for the last Premier League win before the one last season, you have to go back to 2016-17 and 2015-16 when they won the title. And before that, you got to go back to 2001. So it's been a pretty one-sided fixture over the years. But let me give you a total record. 80 matches played, top flight and all competitions. 39 wins for Liverpool, 24 for Leicester, 17 draws. But in terms of the Prem de la Prem, 30 total matches, 8 wins for Leicester, 6 draws, and 16 wins for Liverpool. Home matches for Leicester. Not bad at home against Liverpool with 5 wins, 7 losses, and 3 draws. Not bad if you ask me. So, Brendan Rodgers, former Liverpool manager, coming up against his old team, almost won the title with Liverpool. Wow. Didn't happen though. People say that Brendan Rodgers is the biggest bottler of all the bottlers. Guys, do you actually agree with that? Should he actually start a bottling company or something? You know what I'm saying? Should he? But anyways, enough with the jokes. Enough with the dad jokes, man. Anyways, Rodgers versus Klopp. 6th game. Previous 5, he's only picked up 1 win that came last season. And Klopp with 4 wins. Against Liverpool, 7 matches, 2 wins, a draw, and 4 L's. Klopp against Leicester, 9 wins, 4 losses, and a draw. In terms of the players to watch here, for this game, I'm choosing to go with, for Leicester, James Maddison. James Maddison, I just want to put this out there. I know the Liverpool fans, do you agree with this one? James Maddison is a player I could actually see moving on to a club like Liverpool, Manchester City, or Arsenal, who he was linked to last season. Do you actually see this happening? Do you see a player like James Maddison joining Liverpool to be that creative force in the middle of the field? Just think about it for 1 second of how good he could be for you. Or maybe you're saying, man, we'll prefer Yuri Tillemans, right? Yeah, maybe, right? I think Liverpool fans would prefer Tillemans than a James Maddison. But look, just from somebody looking in from the outside, I think Maddison could add a lot to a team like Liverpool, who does at times lack that creative force in the middle of the field. And Liverpool fans may beg to differ, but that's just my opinion. For Liverpool player to watch, I'm choosing to go with Diego Jota, who has been so consistent this season, following up on his solid 9-goal Premier League season last year for Liverpool, already scoring 10 this year. So you got to give it to Diego Jota. He just knows how to be at the right place at the right time, that striker's instinct, that killer instinct, and he is very, very reliable. And the reason why I went for Diego Jota is because Salamane would be absent and Liverpool would actually depend a lot on Diego Jota during the January, maybe February period in all competitions, right? There's cup games, there's league games as well. So look out for the Portuguese international, Diego Jota. For Leicester, Ryan Bertrand actually injured himself in the warm-up versus City. Chaglar Soyuncu and Ricardo Pereira got injured versus Liverpool during a cup game. They are doubts. Johnny Evans have been out. He's a doubt as well. James Justin have been out on a long-term period. Patson Daka missed the last game. And he had Jamie Vardy, Boubakary Soumare, and Wilfred Ndidi all on the bench against City. I was actually surprised that none of those guys were actually involved, but I think that Rodgers were actually resting them for the Liverpool game after all those guys did feature in the Liverpool match during the week in the cup, right? And I think that may have been an error on his part by going too hard in the cup, doing well, but then faltering in the end. You know, it's probably coming back to bite him right now. So remember, there's coronavirus going around and players could be absent. Players that I'm not even mentioning on this list right now. Nampalys Mendy is also a player that have been missing for Leicester over the past few weeks. For Liverpool, Andy Robertson will be suspended after the red card he picked up in the Tottenham game. Thiago Alcantara, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, and Virgil van Dijk are all back after missing a handful of matches. Nat Phillips, Divock Origi, Adrian, and Harvey Elliott have all been absent lately. Let's see if any one of them features. Maybe Divock Origi is the most likely to come back from injury. Harvey Elliott should be ready soon. And look, with this coronavirus, guys, it's a lottery, man. Every day you wake up, it's a lottery. You don't even know when you're going to get it. That's the crazy thing. Like all diseases, it's pretty much invisible. Not all. Some diseases you could say, hey, man, that guy got such and such. Stay away. But coronavirus, you don't know, man. You don't know. It's silent and it's deadly. And that's the crazy thing about it. Guys, be safe. Do we have anything here? Yes, we do. Did you know Leicester can secure back-to-back league wins over Liverpool for the first time since 1999? Is it going to happen? Let's wait and see. Leicester have won their last two Premier League home matches, scoring 8 goals in the process. 4-2 versus Watford and 4-0 versus Newcastle. The Foxes haven't won 3 in a row at home in the competition since a run of 7 between August and December of 2019. Liverpool are looking to avoid defeat in their last league match of a calendar year for the 8th time in a row. Diego Jota have scored. I told you guys about this guy, Jota, man. Listen, before I took a look at the did you know, I told you about the boy Jota. You're wondering where I got all this energy from. I took an hour nap before I did this live stream. After working all day since 5:30 in the morning. Diego Jota have scored 4 goals in his last 4 Premier League matches against Leicester, including a hat-trick for Wolverhampton Wanderers in January of 2019. Michael Oliver would be the referee in charge, and Liverpool and their fans will be hoping that there's no VAR drama or no controversial decisions that go against them in this match as well. What's my prediction for this one? I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Just off the bat, I just want to say this is going to be a high-scoring game, maybe a similar game to the Manchester City-Leicester City game, a similar game to the Leicester City-Liverpool game in the EFL Carabao Cup quarterfinal as well. Look, I haven't really done my research on whether Mane and Salah would be available for the Chelsea game, but I know that they will be available for this one. Barring a positive COVID test, of course. You cannot play if you're positive, right? You can't. You just can't. It's not going to happen. It's important for Liverpool to get something from this game. Let me just say that. For Leicester, it's fine. They're what? What are they right now? 9th? Like, it's fine. It is fine for them. They could slip up. They could afford to do that. They haven't been playing well this season anyways. But for Liverpool, after that slip up against Spurs, they cannot afford to lose or draw this game. And the reason, Manchester City. You do that and Manchester City keep winning, then that gap gets bigger and bigger. And then it's tall as a bamboo tree. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that as a Liverpool fan, as Liverpool, a club. You don't want that. You really don't want that. It's imperative that they win this game. We talked at the beginning of the season that it's key for Liverpool and their squad to stay fit. It's been an injury-ridden, coronavirus-affected season, but still, Liverpool depth has came to their rescue. And this is a team that a lot of people say do not have the depth like a City or Chelsea, but the players, the backup brigade has really stepped up. I got to give him credit for that one. Kostas Tsimikas, who would be needed in this game if he is fit. If he's not, it's going to be James Milner at left back. But both players have stepped up in the absence of others. Konate has been really good. Joe Gomez might be hoping that he get a run out in this game. Trent has been really good this season. Guys, you know I criticize Trent at his defending all the time, but he has been solid this season at more. He has been solid. You know, out of 10, I'll give him a 5.5. He's getting better. He's still young, but attacking-wise, an 8. He's been really good, man. Goal-scoring threat. Those crosses, those assists, those free kicks, those corners as well. The delivery has been on point. They'll be missing Robertson, though. Definitely be missing his industriousness. But Tsimikas, brilliant, man. He's been really good. This is a period where Liverpool needs to get their backup brigade more involved. A Minamino, maybe off the bench. You see what I'm saying? Roberto Firmino could, who knows, start this game because you got to get him match sharp. He's going to be needed soon. You see what I mean? Guys like Nico Williams needs to be involved a bit more. Because Naby Keita, Mane, Salah is going to be leaving soon, right? Thiago needs consistency. Henderson, all these guys have been in and out the team injuries. Fabinho as well. Look, Leicester, we know they're a team that could hurt you. But right now, they're the team that's hurting. After that City 6-3 and the Liverpool loss in a week, they got to be hurting, right? And the fact that the team is heavily depleted right now. Soyuncu, Evans, Justin, Pereira, all struggling with injuries. I said Evans, Ndidi soon to leave for the African Cup of Nations. And he's been playing as a center-back. You don't need him as a center-back. Amate, all these guys are leaving soon too. Iheanacho, these guys are leaving. In attack, I don't think they have a problem in attack. Vardy has not been 100%. I think he'll feature in this game from the start. Let's just wait and see. But in attack, they don't have a problem with Maddison in good form, Lookman in good form, Iheanacho, Vardy, Ayoze Perez to a lesser extent. But the problem is the defense. The protection for Kasper Schmeichel, there's a problem there. Fullback positions, there's a problem there. You got to have makeshift right backs and left backs playing. Luke Thomas, Dewsbury Hall, youngsters could be involved, maybe not experienced enough to really take the game by the scruff. I think Dewsbury Hall was good against City. You got to give him credit. He's been one that's, you know, come to light lately. But I think it's just going to be a little bit too much for Leicester against Liverpool. I'm leading towards a Liverpool win for this one. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I'm going for 4-2. Liverpool to dominate possession. I think Leicester would try to take the game to them at times. just like they did against City. They could be dangerous on the counter. Liverpool loves to play the high line, and they got to be very careful with Ademola Lookman. Harvey Barnes is a player that's been missing. I forgot to actually mention him. Let's see if he's involved. But we don't know who's going to be involved because of the coronavirus cloud, right? I'm going for Liverpool to win the game 4-2, however. I think they'll have enough in defense. Van Dijk should come back in, whether it's Matip or Konate at the back. I think Konate has been really good. But I think with Alisson, a mistake or two in him, but he's been solid for the most part. He's been definitely saving Liverpool on a lot of occasions as well. I think Liverpool would do enough. They'll concede a few goals, but they'll score enough to win the game. I could see a high-scoring game. It might turn out not to be a high-scoring game. It might be the opposite. It might be a draw for all sake, but I'm going to go for Liverpool win here. 4-2. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the chat. But look, judging from the game that we saw recently, there will be goals. There will be goals. Leicester City currently in 10th. Their next game will be against Norwich, January 1st. And they got Watford, Burnley, Brighton, and Liverpool again, February 10th. For the Reds, big games coming up. You think about the Tottenham game. These two games coming up against Leicester. You got Chelsea. You got Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-final twice. Big games, big games. One game that we got to... When's the game against City? April 9th. Mark the date. April 9th. Manchester United. Liverpool versus Manchester United. When's that coming up? When is that? March 19th. Mark the dates. Those games are going to be good. So, guys, that's my prediction. Let me know yours. Your boy Dominic Rich. Coming back with another fun-filled preview for your head tops. Yeah, baby, we finished. Oh, my God.